No, I am not a terrorist, don't worry. What a nice snowman! I just wanted to say that I am a digital minimalist extremist. Hello, doggy. Which means that... No, I am not a terrorist, don't worry. But that in order to reach my sweet setup and a consensus about digital minimalism, I have to go from extreme to extreme. That's how I am. And so to appreciate intermittent fasting, for example, I had to go through a period of a hardcore ketogenic diet, because if I did not go through this extreme, I would probably not discover the intermittent fasting, and I would not discover the health benefits of it, and I would not test it in my life. I wouldn't be able to make a decision to stick with intermittent fasting for the rest of my life, like I did. But there is more. For example, my digital minimalist efforts also go from extreme to extreme. That's how I am, I suppose. So I had to go through 2 months without my smartphone in order to know what was missing from my experience without a smartphone. And it was the possibility to have a calendar on me, an automatic calendar, not a paper one, because the paper one is not able to synchronize with my invites at work and is not able to see in the future what I will be doing in 2 or 3 months. And I also discovered that I need some kind of a repeating task list. And this is not achievable if you are using only paper notepads. And so, of course, you can take a pen and then write each day the things, but I am a big proponent, and I believe that you can change your life if you stick to some habits in your life. And so, to me, it felt like writing the same thing all over again in a paper notepad, not really effective. It's not really an effective use of my time. Those two things are actually missing, or were missing, and that is why I have configured my BlackBerry Key 2 in order to make a digital minimalist smartphone out of it, and it works pretty well. And the third thing also, it's the possibility to write SMS messages normally. And not using the T9. And I understand how Punkt Company can sell it. They will tell you don't have to send SMS messages, just call. And it would be okay, but there are some situations in your life when it's not really an option to call someone, but still you want to transmit a message. For example, in my life, it's when we send messages to a friend of my daughter in order to meet on our way to school or not. And this is not something I want to use a phone call for, because our family in the morning is focused on our family stuff. Their family in the morning is also focused on their family stuff. And so I don't want to interrupt their morning routine by asking the same question over and over again, like, will we meet on the way to school or not? This is not the kind of a phone call that will really deepen our relationship or something. It's purely logistical, and it can be done via SMS message far more effectively and without interrupting someone else's morning routine. And so those are the three things that made me configure a BlackBerry Key 2 as a digital minimalist smartphone, and that works. But what I wanted to tell is I would never know it if I have not spent 2 months of my life without a smartphone, completely going no smartphone and trying to make those SMS messages on the T9 keyboard and trying to live without sending messages and only calling people and trying to live without an electronic calendar. If you're a working professional, try 2 months without an electronic calendar and tell me how difficult it was. I think it was very difficult, but it also gave me the opportunity to know which of the services of the smartphone I want to ditch forever. And I don't want to have email on my smartphone, and I don't want to have an internet browser on my smartphone, but I want to have my task list with repeating tasks and my habits. I want to have the possibility to send rapidly SMS messages, and I want to have my calendar synced without any problems. And so that is why I am calling myself a digital minimalist extremist. And that is all for today. Thank you for subscribing and liking this channel, and see you in the next one. Bye!